Leo, welcome to your reading for September 2021. Okay, so I pulled a challenge card for you. It's sensitivity. So this month, your challenge is going to be finding that sensitive place within, tapping into it. And this has to do with the crown chakra. So, when you think about sensitivity, we think about finding things maybe too stimulating or experiencing pain or discomfort easily, and also about being alert, aware, and tapped in to what's around you, what's inside you. And so the challenge this month for you is really to look at that. Are there emotions that you're experiencing, things that are a little bit painful that you're going through that you want to or gonna need to, things you haven't necessarily dealt with that you may need to start looking at to kind of take that band-aid off and kind of assess the measure of the wound. It's going to be something that is going to challenge you, and that's the challenge card for the month, is to experience a little bit of this sensitivity maybe to things you have experienced. And so I pulled a tarot card for you, and this is the Moon card and also the Eight of Hearts and Eight of Cups in other tarot decks. But there is a need, yes, to tap into something which is underneath the surface. There is something here which is not being dealt with. There's something not seen, something that needs to come to light. And, I'm taking a little bit of the meaning of the Eight of Hearts, which is moving on, walking away from something. So I think in order to walk away from something, there is a need to address some of those things which you haven't necessarily seen. You probably didn't even know that they were there. And I clarified this with the 10 of clubs, which is also the 10 of wands. You can sense that there is like a burden. This person is carrying around a burden. And perhaps that is why you need to really look into what is beneath the surface. If you carried around a burden for a while, there's bound to be a lot of stored emotions and wounds, maybe hurt, that and ideas about it that need to be touched on so that you can move on. So there's a real call for that to happen. And maybe this is going to produce, it's going to be an experience which is maybe not that pleasant. You're going to feel quite vulnerable. It's that vulnerability, right? But it's what's needed in order to move on. And the thing we find out is that some of the things we suppress are not necessarily as bad as we think. Everybody is vulnerable and can be vulnerable, and it's a strength. This sensitivity is actually a strength, and it's about just knowing that that's okay. It's okay to be sensitive. It's okay to experience one's feelings and emotions so that you can process out things like this that you've been carrying around. So this is your reading. Have a good month. All the best.